The Emperor's Children were one of the 20 original Space Marine legions created by the Emperor of Mankind, known for their pursuit of perfection and martial excellence. Initially held in high regard, they descended into infamy and chaos, becoming zealous servants of Slaanesh, the chaos god of excess. Their story is one of unparalleled pride and tragic corruption, serving as a cautionary tale of the perils of unchecked ambition. During the Unification Wars, the Third Legion was recruited from the most resilient youth of Terra's noble families. However, an early calamity struck. During a critical gene seed harvesting operation on Luna, their stock was contaminated with a plague known as the Blight, which decimated their numbers and nearly crippled the Legion. This contamination threatened the very existence of the Emperor's Children before they had even properly joined the Great Crusade, marking their beginnings with a shadow of fragility despite their aspirations for greatness. Despite being the smallest and most understrength of the Space Marine legions, the Emperor's Children distinguished themselves during an assassination attempt on the Emperor himself. In an act of supreme sacrifice, they defended the Master of Mankind with unwavering loyalty and valor, saving his life at great cost. Impressed by their dedication, the Emperor awarded them the honor of bearing the Palatine Aquila, a mark of imperial favor, and formally named them the Emperor's Children. This rare privilege cemented their identity and fueled their drive for perfection, making them symbols of the Emperor's favor and martial nobility. When Fulgrim was reunited with his legion, he was disheartened to find only a few hundred warriors remaining due to their earlier gene seed disaster. Undeterred, Fulgrim inspired his son with a relentless quest for excellence, reshaping the legion into exemplars of martial prowess, aesthetic, beauty, and disciplined combat tactics. Under his guidance, the Emperor's Children pursued perfection in all things, from the elegance of their war gear to the precision of their battlefield maneuvers. Fulgrim's vision extended beyond war, fostering a culture that embraced art, philosophy, and making the Third Legion revered across the Imperium. The fall of the Emperor's Children began subtly, rooted in their insatiable desire to attain impossible standards. This obsession was exploited when Fulgrim came into contact with a chaos-tainted demon weapon, which slowly corrupted his soul. Seduced by the promises of boundless sensation and perfection offered by Slaanesh, Fulgrim led his legion into the embrace of chaos. Their betrayal became evident during the infamous drop site massacre on Isstvan V, where they slaughtered loyalist forces alongside Horus. As they succumbed to the Prince of Excess, the Emperor's Children devolved into debauched hedonists, seeking pleasure in all its most grotesque and violent forms. After the defeat of Horus and the traitors' retreat into the Eye of Terror, the Emperor's Children fractured into warbands, each driven by perverse pursuits. Their legion became infamous for horrific acts of excess and cruelty, and they developed grotesque mutations and surgical alterations as blessings from Slaanesh. The once proud warriors who epitomized the Emperor's ideal became a mockery of their former selves, indulging in sadistic and unending quests for new sensations. Figures like Lucius the Eternal and Fabius Bile emerged as twisted icons of this corruption. In the grim darkness of the current Warhammer setting, the Emperor's Children remain a fractured but insidious threat. They are master manipulators of sensation, employing sonic weaponry and psychological warfare to overwhelm and devastate their foes. Their nose marines are infamous for weaponizing sound itself, creating cacophonies that rend flesh and shatter minds. Scattered warbands strike wherever they can, spreading the corrupt influence of Slaanesh and perpetuating their endless pursuit of forbidden pleasures. Their current activities are often marked by cruel experiments and raids that aim to desecrate everything the Imperium holds sacred. The story of the Emperor's Children is a testament to the dangers of pride, ambition, and the pursuit of perfection without limits. From their noble origins and service to the Emperor, to their ultimate corruption and damnation, they embody the tragic fall from grace. Even now, 10,000 years later, they are a haunting reminder of the consequences of unchecked desire and the seductive power of chaos.